All right, Saturday morning. Would be day 6 of. It's kind of a 50 hour challenge I was working on, which I'm not going to make it to 50. It's not really breaking my heart though. So, but this is would be day 6, Saturday. I got out a little bit later, about 9:30 or so. But here we go. So 10 minutes later, I get a 650, 3.4 miles from Starbucks. Delivered by 9:55. I'm sure we can do that. 9:51. That's cool. It was ready to actually. But turned out to be 775. So 575 tip. I'll take that. Good start to the day. It's almost like an hour's pay nowadays for all my hours I work anyway. 9:51. And then right away I get this 1050, 7.9 miles. Now I took this right away, originally thinking I was going to unassign that long one up there. I but looking at it, I didn't think it was as long as it was. I looked at the map. I said, no, it's not. Shouldn't be that bad. I know where that is, but it was. It was actually long. So what happened is I got to the store and they were both ready, and I was having trouble unassigning anywhere, finding the right person, which person, because both the orders were coming from 7-Eleven. So you know what? I just said, fuck it, just take it, dude. Turned out it was a long way out there. I've never even been there before. I didn't even know. I'd never been there before. So anyway, I took them. So delivered by 10:17. Delivering both by 10:11. I mean, a lot of that's highway miles. I may or may not have been speeding at some point in time, but I'm assuming they're the ones that tipped $5. I was gonna take that short one tipped 350. So I would have made 550 and stayed in town and didn't have to drive 7 miles back or 5 miles back, whatever it is. But anyway, we took that. So 1825 already, just less than an hour. So pretty good start. A lot of miles on the car already. About $1 to mile at this point in the day. 10, 11. That's how far I am out of the zone. That's far. That's so far. Anyway, so a couple minutes later, though, on my way back, they kind of gift me. Taco Bell is on the far east side of town. It's about the farthest pickup. But, I mean, thanks for giving me something to drive all these miles. It's 7.5 miles to Taco Bell at this point. So, thanks, DoorDash. I don't know. I was well out of the zone. So at least I had an order waiting for me when I got there. Delivered that by 10:34. Got there at 10:27. 325 tip. But that gets better because while I get this order, I'll show you why in a second. 350, 3.3 miles. Number one, that's not 3.3 miles, but it's not worth it. I did not accept that. I don't know why they try and route me around there instead of just take the main dang road to go straight to that place, basically. But I didn't take it anyway. 10:28, and 2 minutes later I get this. This is much better. I'm kind of wondering why I'm getting this McDonald's order from far away, but I also made a couple changes. I made one important change, I think, on my location settings on my phone for the Dasher app, which I think will work. I'll get into that another time, but this I think is just because it's Saturday. I'm getting orders. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. We'll kind of monitor that. But delivered by 10:41. So here's the problem with this one. So I get there. I'll tell you what happened. Well, then that customer from Taco Bell added a $5 tip that I had to drive all the way back for. So that's cool. I'm stoked. Having a pretty good morning start here. But what happened on this McDonald's order is I get there and I'm standing there and no, I don't see anyone working on anything. I don't even see my ticket. And the manager's like, "Are you here for a DoorDash?" Because they didn't have any orders. I'm like, "Yeah." She was like, "Yeah, and I showed her my order. She's like, "Yeah, we didn't get that." And she looked it up and she's like, one of the items was unavailable. It was like I needed like an espresso shot, but that machine wasn't working or something, so they didn't have the order. So she took the order from my phone and placed the order. And then I communicated with the guy. I'm like, "Yeah, they didn't get your order. I just gave her your order though, so they're making it right now." It was like the espresso thing and a couple McMuffins. But anyway, so I did communicate, so but not or delivered by 10:41, so we didn't get there at 12:41 at all. I didn't even get that tip till later, but that's cool too. At 10:55, but that's to be expected. It was this glitch there somehow. $3.45 tip. For it was really close to McDonald's too. It wasn't far at all. I deliver to them quite often, and they're pretty decent tippers, as you can tell. So yeah, so 34.02 at that point. It's only been like an hour and a half, so I'm kind of feeling pretty decent about the day. 10:55, and at 10:56 he adds another $2 tip too. So people are feeling nice today. The map doesn't look very busy. 11 to 21 minutes. There's no orange or there's no orders coming, as you can see there. So it's 10:56 at this point. 10 minutes later, though, I get this 875, 4.1 miles. Not ideal, to be quite honest. It takes me out of the zone. Not by as much as that first one did today, but I took it. It's like, fuck, wow. I mean, sometimes it's like, excuse me, I feel like you gotta give and you gotta take a little bit. I don't know. I'm giving to you today, DoorDash. I took some orders I might not, but anyway, another thing that happened today. This was a person I've delivered to a lot of people that I used to deliver to, and lately it just hasn't been that way, and that's kind of, I could tell something was a little different today, in a good way, because I'm actually making money. So delivered by 11:23 on that one. Oh yeah, so delivered by 11:23. I had only blocked myself for a 2-hour block. I'm going back to this. I used to do this all the time. I really don't want them to think that I'm going to be online for 8 hours no matter what. So that's my reasoning behind that. So I forgot they do this too. So I think my dash is going to end at 11:30. Of course, I was going to extend it, especially if it's decent like this. So, but they always send that. It's very busy right now. Keep dashing and earn more. Their DoorDash is funny. So, anyway, we got there at 11:23. I forgot what time. Anyway, close enough. Probably on time, I'm assuming. So, hour and 54. Or we're not even at 2 hours. I got 44 locked in. I'm like, okay, I think things are going good. 675 tip. And I haven't seen her for a while, so it's funny. 11:23 now. 11:31. I think I extended my dash, or they might have extended it half hour for me. So I was still technically online after 11:30. So 650, 2.9 miles. Yeah, I'll do that. Love just walking around. I love that guy. He's cool. Delivered by 11:47. Got there 11:41. That's why I love him, because he's always ready, and it's always ready. 450 tip, good on them. So just over 2 hours here. 51:27. 11:41. Didn't get an order for 20 minutes here, and it sucked. Some people would take this, say, hey, the dollar to mile ratio is good. No, fuck you. The principle is horrible. Fuck you. Fuck you. And Pizza Hut. You know you're going to have to wait an extra 10 minutes. That's just so bad. I don't know. People suck sometimes. So 12:02. 2 minutes later, I get this. Much better. And I've never been here before. He just went online. I was just talking to him a couple days back, and he was having trouble with DoorDash getting set up, but he's online now, so that's one more cart in town. That's cool. Delivered by 12:18. I had to wait a second or two. I sent the screenshot to a friend in town here. But 12:16. So I was actually a couple minutes early. So good. I'm glad. He seems like a nice guy. His wife works at the CVS here too, so it's cool. They seem like cool people. So it's 12:16. 12:23. I get a $5 0.4 Deep Roots coffee. Right on. That place is normally pretty slow, but it wasn't today. The food was ready. I actually had to wait for a customer in front of me just to order the food, but the food was ready. So delivered by 12:31. I got there at 12:30, and so good to go. We're on a pretty good pace at this point in time. Only 3 hours in. So 12:30, 12:15, but I didn't get an order for half an hour. So I'm like, I'm just gonna restart my dash and see if that helps. But it didn't look like it was busy. It really didn't. I didn't see in the spots I was at. I didn't see dashers leaving too much. It just didn't feel like it. So. But that's a good little block right there. So it's basically 1 o'clock. About 1:23, I still didn't get an order. And then, estimated wait, 17 to 27 minutes. Another thing is when they throw out all these big guys, it's like the big four in town. From left to right, it'd be McDonald's and 7-Eleven, Arby's, and Taco Bell. That just means that no one's ordering. They got to put something on the map, which means it's really not busy. So 123, 229. Did I wait that long? Was it like a full hour and a half? I think it was. But anyway, I ended my dash. There's no dash summary because I didn't get an order in that hour and a half. And I'm still thinking about going out, but I'm pretty cozy right now at home, and I'm not sure I want to. So I most likely won't get to the 50. Most likely won't go out today. And tomorrow will be kind of a shorter day. I'll watch football and I got a couple things lined up too, which I'll tell you about after I go through the numbers here. 6173, 3.5 hours, but it's really more. It's more like 5 hours. Or is it 5? No, or 4? Yeah, it's actually more like 5 hours because I just got no hours in an hour and a half. So it's not as good as it appears right here. But during that time, obviously tips were really good. The DoorDash pay was 17 and customer tips 44. I mean, that's phenomenal. That's beautiful. Offers 8, deliveries 9. And so that block itself was good, but the day slowed down considerably. So, but that equals out. That would have been 1760, which I'd totally take compared to $10 an hour, which I averaged over the week, less than that, just under that for the work week, I should say. So that's not too bad, and it brings us to the week total 362, 36 hours. So I've only worked 36 of the 50 I promised or told you I would do. So sorry about that, guys, but I'll still get some videos out if I go out tonight, and then tomorrow, whatever I do tomorrow, I'll post, and we'll see where we finish out. So 60 deliveries, that's a lot. And then DoorDash pay 136 and DoorDash tips 225. After today helped it, so that's actually not that bad. It's not great. It's not horrible. So I keep saying that almost every day, but just the lack of orders is kind of what's getting it. So and that breaks down to $10.05. So yesterday I fell below the $10 an hour mark for the week, and yeah, buddy, we're back above it, back above $10 an hour. I did drive a lot of miles today, though, as you guys saw, which I don't care for, but I kind of just said, fuck it, let's just do it. So that's what we got for right now. Like I said, I still might go out in my area. It's almost 3:00 now, and guy commented on yesterday's day post, and he's from nearby, and it's funny because I was thinking about some things in my head, just things. I always say you got to adapt, but so I'm going to have to adapt or not do this anymore. And I was thinking about things that I need to do, and which I kind of really don't want to do, but we're going to have to try them out. And he, in his comment, had every single thought that I thought of. And also, he's nearby. He's actually in the next region, the closest region to me, zone. So I'm going to do a video on that probably after this, especially if I don't go out tonight. I'll have it out fairly soon. But that was the day, and that's the week. Yeah, I know it's pretty horrible. Don't get me wrong, but this is kind of a case study. But we're going to try and see if we can adapt and make the numbers a little better start next week. So hope you all are enjoying your weekend, having good days, and peace out.